Hi, and welcome to video number 3, Planning for a Good Product. Now, in this video, you're going to learn how to research and planning. Like I said earlier, is 80% of the time should be spent on this particular video. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to talk about brainstorming and research tools. I'm going to talk about stuff that you need to understand first. So after this, I'm going to go over to the different computer and show you step by step and walk you through and show you how I actually go about creating an actual video product or product in general. So the first thing you need to do is figure out the problems that one is facing and their goals. Now, how do you do that? Well, there are different ways that I go about doing this. So what I normally do is I think of different ideas, and then I figure out the problems that somebody faces inside that niche. So you got to understand who you're talking to. You want to figure out the biggest questions that one has. And to do that, research tool wise, what I do is I use Yahoo Answers, depending on the niche, and I use Easy Articles. These two resources have a lot of material and a lot of good information on there. Forums is also a great place to figure out kind of problems people have in that niche. Now, what I normally do is I go to Google and I type in the keyword in quotations, and then next to it I put the word problems. Or I put the keyword, I put something like confusing, keyword frustrating, or keyword some sort of problematic keyword. Now, the reason why I do this is because I want to find the problems that somebody faces in that niche. I want to figure out what is confusing to them and what is frustrating to them. This will help me create a good product that not only solves the problems, but solves the frustrations and the confusion that they have. If you do this, then you create a good product that not only solves a problem, but also decreases the refund rate and support questions that people have. Because if you do this, you'll be able to figure out what kind of questions people have that relate to this specific problem. So you can put a keyword in whatever problematic keyword that you want. You know, sad, mad, angry, things like that. Then you need to do keyword research. I use Market Samurai personally, but you can also use Google's keyword tool. I use Google Keywords tool as well, and they're both good keyword tools. If you want to go the free route, you can go Google Keyword Tool. But if you really want to dig deep, I would highly recommend Market Samurai as a good keyword tool. Then you need to study your competition. Is that market highly competitive, okay competitive, or has very low competition? So that's what you need to figure out. Now let's talk about understanding perceived value. Perceived value in a customer's eyes. If you understand how they view different products, then you will be able to create a product that overexceeds their expectations for the amount of money that they're paying. So let's say, for example, that they're investing $97. And you over deliver and the perceived value is, let's say, $500. They're obviously getting a very, very good deal for what they're paying for, and that also helps decrease the refund rate because they're thinking, okay, if I go to so-and-so, the perceived value there is $200, I'm paying $97, so I save about $97. But the perceived value is $500,000. I only have to invest $97. Then the decrease will happen. The decrease of refunds and things like that. So that'll help you. Obviously, software is better. Coaching programs are better. Software is then better. Videos are better, but not as good as software. That's just how the perceived value is. Then it becomes reports and ebooks. Now, in terms of intangible products, I generally focus on video products, mainly because I enjoy teaching and things like that. Now, I used to create software as well, and you can do that as well, but in this specific video series, I'm primarily going to focus on videos and reports and ebooks. So I recommend that you focus on these three. Graphics and layouts are also important. If you've got a very good product and your graphics and layouts stink, if that's the case, then you're going to, in fact, decrease the conversions on the front end. And maybe not necessarily on the back end, but definitely on the front end. So you want to make sure that you create a product that matches or exceeds the perceived value. If it exceeds it, then it's actually better. So what medium? We've talked about software, videos, ebooks, and reports. What kind of medium do you want to use? Do you want to use videos? Do you want to use ebooks, reports? What is better? I recommend video. Nowadays, video is just increasing and increasing and increasing. You will see lots of offline companies going online and just creating video sites. Video enables you to teach your customers fairly quickly. But you can also increase that and reach people who are into videos and people who just want to read by including videos and reports. In fact, I recommend that you actually do videos and reports. Now, if you decide to do a report, then in terms of training center, I would recommend videos just because it's easier and quicker for somebody to learn, and you can show them step by step. Video Support Center is a plus. This will definitely also help decrease not only support but refund rates, because you will answer people's questions fast without you having to be there. So what do you need to do? You need to plan a product, ebook, report, or video. Then you need to think, what is the fastest way to convey the information? What is the fastest way you can get from step 1 to step 10? List out the steps systematically or cumulative. Let's say you need video 3 before you get to video 4. You need video 3 and 4 before you get to video 5. That would be cumulative and systematic because it's step-by-step process. And after this, I'll show you how to go about that. But first, I want to talk about the basics. Then you need to write out questions that people have. And for example, if you go to Yahoo Answers and you figure out the problems that people have in advance, creating the training center is actually very, very easy. Don't worry about making it pretty right now, or if you don't get it all of it down. What I mean by that is if you create the outline and you don't get all of the outline down. Because when you create the sales letter, that'll actually help you fill in the gaps. And then just get your thoughts on paper. That really is the key. So let's do an example. Let me show you. Let me go over to the other computer and show you step by step what I do to create an outline systematically, cumulatively, find questions and things like that. Okay, so now I'm at my other computer and I can show you how to do it step by step. The first thing I do is I open up two windows. I open up easinarticles.com and I also open up Yahoo Answers. So I got Easy Articles here and then I have Yahoo Answers here. Now, for the most of the video products that I produce come from my head anyways, so I don't really do the research for here, but if I were to create like a niche-based video product that I was unfamiliar with, I would go to easinarticles.com and then I would also go to Yahoo Answers. Yahoo Answers would allow me to figure out the problems that people face and possibly even what people want, because a lot of people ask for things in Yahoo Answers. And then Easy Articles I would use more for like a research tool to help me, create videos or create reports and things like that on topics that I'm unfamiliar with. Now, since I'm recording a video series on Infopreneur Academy and how to create a actual product, I'm going to use that as an example to show you how I went about creating this video product. So let's say that I don't know anything about product creation. If that's the case, then what I can do is go to Easy Articles and then just start doing research. Just type in product creation or how to create a product and things like that. Now, what Yahoo Answers can do is, if I go here and type in how to create a product, this will allow me to see actual questions that people are asking about how to create a product. So this person says, how do I write a marketing plan for a newly created product? Then if I didn't know how to create a product, then I could figure out, what the questions that people were asking, and, how do I create this? How do you create that? This and that. So you would get a good idea of what the market is asking in terms of questions. Now, in terms of actual articles and information, as you can see, I went to easyarticles.com, and it says why product creation is so important, removing the risk of product creation. So I'm looking for something that actually tells me, how to succeed with product creation. So this would be good. Like, it says 7 tips to create a product and things like that. So what I would do is I would actually go here, learn about product creation, and that would only take about an hour or two just to learn it. And yeah, it might seem a little long, but if you are unfamiliar in a certain territory, like let's say that I'm promoting something that deals with frisbees, like ultimate frisbee. Let's say that I know nothing about ultimate frisbee, but I want to create a product that deals with ultimate frisbee and strategies and things like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to easyarticles.com, go through it, look for some articles that teach me different tips and tricks and strategies and cool things that you can understand. Then I'm going to go to Yahoo and do my searches on that. Once I figured out, the questions that people have, I'm going to go to Google, and I'm going to go put the keyword in quotes and put next to it the word problem. So going back to the original example that I was going to show you about product creation, if I go to Google and I type in product creation, so you want to type something general, product creation problem, or you could put problems, solving your product creation problems. So this would give me a lot of problems that people face in terms of product creation. Then I could type in words like confusing, frustration, things like what people are frustrated about creating products, put it here, and then any type of problematic keyword, just put it there, and then that'll give you the answer. Because you could say product creation angry, you get people that are angry, frustrated about certain parts of product creation. So that would tell me right there, what kind of things people are interested in solving, problems that they're facing, things like that. And after that, I would go to Google Keyword Tool. And I would just do the keyword research. I would type in here, product creation. You want to start out with something general and then move down. I would use Google in terms of as a keyword research tool to look at my competition. Anything beyond the middle, I usually don't go after, or usually after here, I don't go after. Product creation. This will just give you an idea of what you can go after. It also gives you ideas on what you can include in your actual product. Now, I use this tool. There's nothing wrong with using Google's AdWords keyword tool, but Market Samurai is by far one of the best keyword tools, and it really, really helps do a lot of stuff. So anyways, I just want to give that plug in. After I do that, what I would normally do is open up Notepad. As you can see, nothing fancy here. Then I would basically think systematically, okay, what do I need to do to create this product? You don't have to think the whole idea here is just to put your ideas onto paper. And one of my mentors told me this once. He said, put your ideas on paper. Doesn't matter if it's in order or whatever, because you can put it in order later down the road. Right now, the whole idea is to put it on paper. Okay, so product creation. I probably need some sort of introduction and kind of questions that people would ask. Maybe what do you know? What do you need to know beforehand before you actually create the product? And then I'm thinking, okay, when I create my product, when I create it, I think of how can I decrease refunds, decrease support, but increase conversions. And I think to myself, okay, this is something that people need to know before creating the product. And I say, okay, this is all about creating a product. What does creating a product entail? It entails brainstorming, research, planning, writing sales letters. Let's see, what kind of products are out there, what kind of mediums. We've got videos, we've got ebooks, we've got software, we have reports and webinars, so forth. But you can say, okay, I'm going to focus primarily on videos, ebooks, and reports. That's what I did in this example. And then I'm thinking, okay, after that, yeah, I'm going to need a sales letter, and then I'm going to need a training center to support product, package product, and release the product. So I'm thinking to myself, okay, now I got the ideas on the paper. What I need to do is create a step-by-step process. So what did I do? All right, product creation. What I did was this. Introduction, okay, would be probably step 1, so I turned that into video number 1. And then I'm thinking, what do you need to know beforehand before you create the product? Decrease refunds, decrease support, increase conversions. So that would become video number 2, which is like step 2. Then we talk about creating the product, but before we create the product, brainstorming, research, and planning is necessary. So that would be the next step, which is video number 3. And then we need to write the sales letters, because in my thought process, I'm thinking, okay, the way I create products is I write sales letters first, then I create the product. So I'm going to talk about writing super fast sales letters. Then that's when we actually create the actual product. So we talk about creating your product, which would entail this. And then packaging and releasing it right here would be that video here. And let's not forget the training video, of course, that supports it. So this is pretty much my outline. So that's all you need for this particular video. And I'm going to show you in the next video how to take this and then elaborate on it and then create your product. So these are basically steps, systematic steps. Step 1, intro. Step 2, we talk about this. Step 3, we talk about planning. Step 4, sales letter. Step 5, step 6 to step 7.